Hello guys. So today I'm going to cover a very important topic called document splitting. So let's have a look. So first of all, what is this document splitting? Now, generally document splitting is one of the most important functionality of new GL. New GL means earlier, if you talk about the SAP version 4.7 and prior to that, there were a different concept called classic GL. So in classic GL, this document splitting functionality was not there. This document splitting functionality came once SAP introduced new GL concept. Along with this document splitting, like few more other functionality was there, like real-time integration between FI and CO. So again, that is once I start controlling cost element accounting and all, then I'll let you know how the FI and CO is going to be integrated in this. Like I have to cover document splitting. So this is, if somebody says new GL, it means the first thing which comes in our mind is document splitting. That is the special functionality of new GL. So new GL concept. Now, so the question is, what is this document splitting? Now the answer is, or our definition is pretty simple here. Document splitting, it's a functionality that allow to split the line item as per specified characteristic. This characteristic could be profit center, segment, or business area. Now here I'll just give you some example, and then you guys will be able to understand in a better way. Now here I have given an example. See, for example, we have posted a vendor account. We have posted a vendor account. So let's suppose we are going to post a vendor account. Now here, this is the accounting entry. Vendor account is getting credited with 11,000 and expense 1 is getting debited with 8,000. Expense 2 is getting debited with 2,000, and apart from this we are having a tax also. Now expense 1 is debited for a different business area, expense 2 is debited for a different business area. But if let's suppose if you're having a look to the vendor account, it's going to show you this balance 11,000. And even if you check, if you double click on then this is going to show you a different accounting entry. So let's suppose we are having this scenario here. It's this transaction has been posted here. Like let's suppose we are having vendor account is credited here, audit fee is debited for service, and rent is debited for a manufacturing business area. And apart from this, we are having TDS. TDS has been calculated by system. This is the TDS amount. Now, if somebody, if you have a look here, then the TDS has been calculated 90 rupees. 90 rupees. Now, if you want to see that what is the part of like this audit fee and rent, both on both line item, based on this both line item, this 90 rupees has been deducted. Okay. So here, I'll just give you a different example. Let's suppose here we are having vendor account is getting debited with, let's suppose, 1,000 rupees. I'll just give you a very simple example. And rent account itself is getting credited with 600, and again that is for business area. Let's suppose business area manufacturing, and once again this is TSRV service business area, maybe this is 400. So now here what will happen, this is the accounting entry which is there. Now if you have a look the vendor account, it is going to show you this balance 1000 rupees. Okay, and if you see the accounting entry, then it will show you accounting entry like vendor account debit 1000, rent account will be credited here with also 1000. This accounting entry will show. If you see the vendor balance, this accounting entry will be shown by this entry will be shown. But here the problem is this 1000 rent, whatever this 1000 balance is there, this 1000 balance is there. In that 600 belongs to manufacturing business area and 400 belongs to service business area. Now if a person who belongs to manufacturing business area, if he want to see that how much expenditure belongs to this manufacturing, then in this case it is impossible to find. This is not possible. So that's what, in order to meet these kind of requirement, SAP came up with a new functionality called new GL, and in that new GL they developed a new functionality called document splitting. So document splitting, what does it do? It is going to split the entry as per characteristic. Now here this characteristic is business area. Instead of business area, there could be a possibility that it could it could be profit center, it could be segment, anything it could be. So here I have given business area. Now so once we have this functionality, so what is document splitting is going to do? Document splitting is going to split this line item as per characteristic. How it is going to split? It is going to make it vendor account dr with 600, and again rent account will be credited with 600, and once again vendor account will be debited with 400, and rent will be credited with 400. Now this accounting entry and this accounting entry, so here for this one this is for manufacturing, so TM, and this is for service. So now this is how it will be. Here what is happening? So system has, as per, if we configure document splitting, then what will happen? This accounting entry will be splitted in this accounting entry, this entry, this is the final output will be shown by system, and that's how a person from manufacturing can be able to understand, okay, from this manufacturing side belongs to only 600 and remaining 400 is there from service side. So that is the major advantage of document splitting. What document splitting is going to do? It is going to split the line item as per characteristic. This is called line item. One invoice, one line item. So it is going to split the line item. See, vendor account debited uh, with generally here vendor account will be credited here. It's not debit, and this too will be debited. I've given wrong accounting entry. So here vendor account will be credited and here rent will be debited. Here also vendor account will be credited and here rent will be debited. So now what is happening here? It's this is the accounting entry. This is the final output we can get, and that's how it will be easy for uh, you know uh, users to identify what is the expenditure belongs to manufacturing and what is the expenditure which belongs to service business area. So now this is all about document splitting. If you talk about types of document splitting, then we are having three types of document splitting. The first one is, let's suppose, the first one is called active document splitting. Second one is called passive document splitting, and third one is called zero balance document splitting. Third one is called zero balance document splitting. Now, what is this active document splitting? Active document splitting means, see this accounting entry here. In this accounting entry, system directly able to find the characteristic because we have entered manually. So whatever the invoice posting is there, that is the example of active document splitting. Active document splitting means system is able to find characteristic directly. Now, what about passive document splitting? Passive document splitting. Let's suppose we have posted an invoice. Okay. If you have to make payment, now while making payment, what will happen? While making payment, let's suppose this is the accounting entry where vendor is getting credited and rent is getting debited. Now, while making a payment, what will happen? Then bank will be credited, and vendor will be debited. So here, now let's suppose here also 1,000, here also 1,000. So in this case, what is happening? Whatever payment we are going to make, these all payment will be happening on behalf of an invoice. So here, let's suppose if you see the payment, now if you want to see how much payment we have done, let's here also we have made payment this 1,000 for this rent account, in which like manufacturing and service both business area business areas are involved. So here if you're going to split this document, again system is going to split this based on this characteristic. But this business area is not involved in this payment directly. While making payment, we have not given business area directly. So what is happening? How system is able to split this one also into, if you split this one, this is going to show you the vendor account is debited 600 rupees for and bank account is credited 600 for business area manufacturing, and again vendor account will be debited with 400 amount and bank account will be credited with 400 amount with service business area. So how system has split this one? This one system has split this accounting entry based on based on the invoice. System has taken a reference of invoice because the payment we are going to post against an invoice. So now system has taken reference of that invoice and then system has checked what is the characteristic we have given here, and that is why what is happening, system is able to split even payment also. So payment is the example of passive document splitting. Passive document splitting means direct characteristic system is not able to find, system will split the document based on the reference document. Reference document means the payment. What is the reference document for payment? Invoice will be the reference document. So if active document is splitting, like system is directly able to find the characteristic here, and then passive document splitting means here direct characteristic system is not finding. So what will happen, it is going to take the reference of the previous document, it is going to take the reference document number, and whatever the characteristic is given on the reference document number, based on that system will be able to split that transaction. And for active document splitting, we are having example, that is vendor invoice, and passive document splitting, we are having a best example, that is vendor payment. Now what about zero balance document splitting? Say for example, in a simplest way I'll just explain. Say for example, we are having two GL, like GL1 GL1 debit for manufacturing, and GL2 is getting credited for service. If you split these two, then how system is going to split? Then in that case, system will not be able to split this. Now if you want to split this one, then what is happening, then system will, it's not like that system will not be able to split. Of course system is going to split. Here also two characteristics are there, but in that case what is happening, system is going to split in a different way. GL1, here the new accounting entry will be like GL1 will be debited, and a zero balance clearing GL will be credited. Zero balance clearing GL, we need to create zero balance clearing GL, that will be credited. This is for manufacturing. This is for manufacturing. And then second accounting entry will also take place like that itself, and here it will be GL number 2, and here also GL number 2 will be credited, and this one will be debited, and here also it will be for service business area. So that's how system is going to split this. Now here zero balance of amount, let's suppose this is 1000 or 100 rupees, and this is for 100 rupees. One GL is getting debited for 100 rupees, and the second GL is getting credited for 100 rupees. Now here also the transaction will be like in 100 itself. Now here see, zero balance clearing account is credited with 100, and in second transaction it is debited with 100. So this 100 and this 100 debit credit is going to nullify, and again we will be having the original accounting entry remain with this. So this is the example of zero balance document splitting. Now we'll see the configuration, how we are going to configure, and what are the configuration steps. So type here SPRO, we are going to use path, and then MG reference, financial accounting new, and in that we are having general ledger new, business transaction, and then we are having document splitting. Now we'll start one by one. First of all, here classify GL account for document splitting. Now click here, and then give your chart of account. Now chart of account is by default, it's coming, press enter, and then here we need to click on new entry. But before that, create one more session and we'll see our GL accounts total. So go to FS00 and then change your company code. Press enter. So we are having like asset, expense, liability and revenue, 4 types of GLs. In that, like I said, we are having certain GLs. In expenses also we are having GLs and all. Now what will happen here, click on new entry and then give account from 1000 to 1999 and here category. Click on drop down and select the category. So we are having several type of categories and all. Now in simplest way, 1000 to 1999, that is belongs to asset. So I have selected here asset and then just give 2000 to 2999 and once again click here on drop down and this 2000 to 2999 we have to select the proper category. So guys, we'll do one thing. We are not having a liability related category here, so we'll select balance sheet account here, balance sheet, and this one also we are going to select as a balance sheet itself, because both asset and liability will be the part of balance sheet. Press enter. Now we are having 3000 to 3999. Now here expense and revenue. So 3 series is the part of expense. So I have selected here, double click on expense. And then we are having 4000 to 4999 to 4999. That is for revenue. So see here what is the revenue category. Double click on this and press enter and save it. Save it. Now then we have to define document types. Click on classify document type for document splitting. Now almost the document types are already given. Whatever the document types are there here, it's not like that we are going to define a new document types here. So in this step we are not going to do anything, simply just skip this and then here define zero balance clearing account. So for this configuration what we have to do, we have to create a zero balance clearing account. Then come here and let's suppose I'm going to create a clearing account, make it 1010 and then you can generally we have to create under a different account group, under account group others, because this clearing cannot be the part of asset or expense or liability or revenue. We can keep it in other account group, but since we are not having that account group, so we can create under anyone like asset or expenses or revenue or that, it doesn't matter. So we have to create, we just have to create a zero balance clearing account, zero balance clearing account, save it. So this account 1010 I have created as a zero balance clearing account. Now here execute this configuration. Select this 000 account key. This is the standard one where we are going to assign, and then double click on account and then give your chart of account, like let's suppose TM01, and then click on new entry. So here whatever newly created GL is there, that gives it here, that zero balance clearing account. Press enter. So now here short text will appear automatically. Save it, press enter, come back, click on back button once again. Then the major important thing is like define document splitting characteristic for general ledger accounting. So here we are going to define the characteristic. Guys, if you define characteristic as a business area, then system is going to split the documents or transactions as per business area itself. It will not split for other characteristic. If you define characteristic as a segment, system is going to split the documents against which we have given segment details we have entered, then only system is going to split the accounting entry. If you are going to give characteristic as a profit center, then also system is going to split the document. Apart from this, let's suppose cost center. If that is not the characteristic, if you have not given characteristic, if you have not define cost center as a characteristic, then system will not generally split the document. So here just click here. Two characteristic business area profit center is already defined. If you want to define one more, click here, new entry, and make it. Then you have to segment. Press enter and then click on zero balance. It means what will happen? Zero balance splitting will be activated for this segment also. Segment characteristic. Save it. Press enter. Press enter once again. Now remove this check mark here, mandatory field. If you apply a check mark, then what will happen? This segment will become mandatory while posting the documents and all. So we are not going to specify these all things as a mandatory. Once again I have saved, and then once again you need to press enter. Now it will take some time while saving. Still it's getting saved, depends upon the server speed also. So it got saved. Click on back button. Then we are having defined a splitting characteristic for controlling. So we are not going to specify any characteristic for controllings and all, because we have to split finance related documents only, and we are not having any setting for controlling as of now. Then post capitalization, cash discount, also nothing we are going to do there. There is one important setting, guys, here: edit constants for non-assigned process. Now what exactly we are going to do? Just let me configure first, I'll let you know. Click on new entry and give your any code you can give here. Description also you can give here. Press enter and then select this and double click on assignment value, business area. So here any business area you can give. Now what is happening here? Let's suppose, what is the meaning of constant value? Constant value, what we are going to define here? We are going to define constant value. What is the use of constant value? Say for example, we have given here while posting the document, vendor document, rent account, one is rent account debited, and another rent account is credited. So first is debited. Both rent accounts are debited only, but here the first one is debited for this business area and second one is different debited for different business area. Now let's suppose if you are not able to, if you have not given any business area, say for example while posting a transaction, if you have not given any characteristic, so in that case what default characteristic system is going to assign? So here those we have given. If you're not giving any characteristic, then system will admit that okay, this is the default value. So that is called, this is constant. Okay, it's up to you. If you want to define, you can define, or else it's not a mandatory setting that we must have to do. So constant is TMAN we have given. If you want, if you don't want to give, you can leave it up as it is. Okay, so if I have given TMAN here, let's suppose this business area, and segment also, if you want to give anything you can give. Since I'm going to test for this business area wise, save it. So three what to say characteristic we are having. The two is like business area, segment, and we are having profit center also. So if you want to assign any profit center, you can assign a different default profit center also here, so that during transaction posting, if you're not able to uh, give any profit center while transaction posting, system is going to take the default profit center which we have entered here. So this is the use of constant. Constant means system is going to find out a default value here as a characteristic. Now then we have to click on activate document splitting. This is the final step which we are going to do, activate document splitting. It means we are going to activate the document splitting. Now, so first of all, click on deactivation per company code. Double click on deactivation per company code and just check whether your company code is active or it is deactivated. Give your company code and see here it is, we have applied a check mark inactive. So first of all you need to remove check mark here. So now it become active. Save this. So document splitting can be deactivated here at company code level. Okay, we can deactivate at company code level here. It can be deactivated at company code level, whereas if you say about activations and all, we can activate at client level. If you apply a check mark, it is going to be activated for all company codes. Okay, so we must have to apply a check mark here. That's how system is going to activate this document splitting. So even though document splitting is activated here, this activation is for all company code. This activation is for all company code. If you want to deactivate your let's suppose in that all company code your company code is also coming. So if you don't want to use your company code, then what you are going to do, you can make it deactivates here. So even though document splitting is activated at client level, but deactivation is possible at company code level. So here it is got deactivated for your company code, but remaining wherever this check mark is not applied, for these all company code document splitting is activated. So now of course we have to activate only. That's what we have done this setting. So now we have activated this document splitting, and here the thing is like if you want to use this one constant, then you need to give your value. You need to give your value TM01 which we have created. Okay, if you want to use this default value, just assign this constant value here and save it. So this is how we have done with our document splitting setting. Now we'll have to check, we'll have to test this. We are going to post a transaction and then we'll check whether system is going to split our accounting entry as per characteristic or not. So now we are going to test document splitting will post a vendor invoice and will see whether the line items are getting splitted as per characteristic or not. So just use transaction code FB60, give your vendor number, give any invoice date, amount. Say for example, I'm just going to give 100 rupees only. Out of 100, I'm going to post to the rent account 60 rupees, and again rent account itself 40 rupees. Now here this 60 rupees I have posted for manufacturing business area and 40 rupees I have posted for service business area. Post this transaction. Press enter button. So now transaction got posted. Transaction number was 1075. So now we have to check document splitting. Click on document and click on display. So see here, this is the transaction which we have posted for the vendor. Vendor is getting credited and rent account is getting debited, and here also rent account is getting debited. If you have a look for two different business area. So if you're going to see to the vendor account, vendor balances, if you're going to see, it will be showing this balance, 100 rupees only. Now, here we have to check document splitting. So this view is called entry view. Guys, this view is called entry view. Now you just click on GL view, general ledger view. Click on GL view. So see, system has splitted this accounting entry. System has splitted this accounting entry. For more details, for better understanding, click on this business area and sort ascending, descending, anything. Now see here. Now what is happening? Account payable means the GL, which reconciliation account which we have linked with the vendor, is getting credited, and rent account is getting debited for this business area, manufacturing business area. And then once again account payable is getting credited and rent account is getting debited with 40 rupees for the second business area. So this functionality will be possible only if we do document splitting configuration, and then we also have to activate document splitting. In this is document splitting, once we activate, then only this GL view will be possible, or else whatever transaction till date we have posted, these all transactions will be in entry view itself. Even if you click on GL view, nothing is going to happen. So this new functionality, this is the new functionality. This is the specific functionality given by SAP, and this is the major part of or benefit of new GL concept. When the SAP launched new GL concept, document splitting is one of the important contents of that. And apart from this, of course, with once the new GL came, then the direct integration was possible between FI and CO. So how the integration is possible once we cover this cost element accountings and all, once we start controlling, then there I'm going to explain. So document splitting is generally, it enable us, or generally it helps to split the line item as per characteristic. Whatever the characteristic are there, characteristic could be your business area, your segment, it could be profit center. So as per characteristic, it's going to split the line item. So that's all in document splitting, guys.